welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is day number 5 of VEDA, gosh, video every day in April, and we're gonna talk a little politics. No, not really, but the rec is gonna be political, maybe. As I said, this is the 5th day of VEDA, video every day in April, and we're gonna revisit one of the over 2,000 books that I have read since 2012, and then we're gonna do some fun questions. I'm gonna give you guys 2 books that I think handled politics well as a recommendation. So it's not necessarily that they're political. They just they deal with like the president or people running for things. They're all fictional. They are fictional, but I really, really enjoy them. So I'm going to give those recs to you. So make sure you stay around for those. So getting into the book that I randomly chose from the over 2,000 books that I have read. Yeah, this was kind of easy for me. The book is called Epic, and it is him 2.5. The only thing that I'm having trouble with, it's by Elle Kennedy and Serena Bowen. I believe it's a dual written book or co-written book. The only thing is that I'm having a little bit of trouble on what exactly this book is about. I do realize that it is part of the Him series. I can't remember if this is their sort of book in which they are together, are 2 males. This is also a male loving male romance written. Yeah, I read this. Let's just say I read this before it became a major hot button topic. If and how women should be writing male loving male stories. I will say that I did enjoy it, so I'm sure my review is going to reflect that. I have since been educated by the amazing people that I know in the LGBTQIA plus community that I am friends with on different social media platforms, to know that some of the topics within this and representation within this story is problematic. So let's just jump over to my Goodreads and see what I actually said when I read this book. Okay, my computer is so slow. Alrighty, so I was correct in saying that it was written by Elle Kennedy and Serena Bowen, and it looks like this is a novella. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It looks like they're back. Epic is a novella about the favorite hockey duo. Jamie and Wes are having a blast living life and working in Toronto until a scout from another team swoops in to make one of them an offer that might complicate the life they've built together. It was published in Christmas in the City anthology, which is probably where I read it. So let's scroll down. It looks like I only gave it 3 stars, so maybe I wasn't as impressed as I thought I was. I read this back in 2020, so it was after I was educated, which means that's probably why I gave it so many or not enough, like what I gave it. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that. So I didn't write a written review for it. If you are interested in my thoughts, I did a video review. This was done in 2020, so you would have to sign up for my Patreon, go and check out week 30 of that, July the 19th through July the 25th weekly wrap-ups. And in 2020, I was not doing, I don't even think I was doing like sneak peeks in 2020. I think I completely had it over there. Or I may be wrong, because we're in 2022. In 2021 is when I switched it over. So you actually may be able to find this full video review on my channel. If you check out the 2020 video reviews. It may be actually be in there, but this is the information so that you guys can go check it out if you choose to. Alrighty, let's do some fun questions from my pod deck. The first question is, have you ever had a "this can't be happening" moment? What was it? Oh goodness. I find myself having those moments quite often. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The most recent one was freaking like put on video last year. I think it was last year. It had to have been last year, or it might have been the year before that, during VEDA, whichever VEDA video that I did. So it wasn't last year, it was 2020, the year that I went to work for almost 3 months, and like the last day of VEDA, actually it was like the 29th. I ended up getting fired from that job, and then the 30th I did a massive rant video for VEDA on being fired. And this can't be happening. That was a moment, because they were having issues with the person that I was working with, and there was a bit of a dust up, an argument, what have you. And I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be, in my favor. I'm doing what I needed to do at this job. And then they're like, well, this is going to be your last day. And I was just like, excuse me, you're firing me? Do what? Yeah. It was not a pretty scene. Probably was not my best moment either. But definitely had that "this can't be happening" moment right then. In many ways, I'm very happy that it did happen, especially since it was at the beginning of the pandemic, and that location, that job, that company didn't take COVID serious. I'm sure they had a whole bunch of breakouts, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were closed down because of how many people they put at risk because they didn't take the pandemic serious. So in many ways, it was a silver lining moment, but at the moment, it was a "this cannot be happening to me" moment. The next question from my pod deck is, what is the strangest skeleton you ever discovered in someone's closet? Y'all really want me to tell some secrets in this one? Oh my goodness. Gosh, strangest skeleton ever discovered in someone's closet. I don't know. That's a real thinker right there. I don't know. I really don't know. A skeleton from someone else's closet. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, I'm pretty stumped by this question. Oh my goodness. So it's not really a skeleton, because when I think of skeletons, it's like something that's like you really don't want people to know. But it boggled my mind when myself and my husband, when we started looking for a house to live in, when we finally were like, okay, we are going to be living in Northern Virginia. That's where we're going to settle down. We've looked at all the things that we kind of want in our area. We need to find a house, things like that. When I found out my husband would be happy, actually it was more partially the whole settling down things, but at the same time, if we were to win the lotto type thing, finding out his dream home boggled, blew my mind, you guys. Blew my mind. I was like, this man is a country man. How have I been married to this man for 10 years and not know that he wanted to live in the country, have land, have a gun shed, be able to do archaeological digs on his land and dig things up and be all into like military history and going to like the battlefields and being out in the woods and fishing and hunting. I was like, excuse me, 10 years down the road, and I am just now finding out that my husband, who I love oh so much, is not really a city guy. He is a country guy, and blew my mind. Blew my mind. Just craziness. Craziness. So we're going to talk about some politics, political romances that I absolutely loved, and think you guys should go check out. So the first one I'm going to recommend that you guys go check out is the Record series by K.A. Linde. I absolutely loved this story. When I read this story, it was during the election for the Orange Cheeto. And I was like, why can't we have this character run for office? Because this character, I could get behind. I could get behind this character. So in this story, it's epic. It's 3 books long, and you actually get 2 spin-off books for his family as well. We have a young man who is running for small-time, like state level. Actually, I think he started off as county, maybe, or maybe it was just state level, and then he moves up to the presidential race. But you start off with him running for an office, and you have the journalist that you have a journalist that is writing for her college paper and she wants to get into the political arena, but doesn't want to cross any lines. They're back and forth pull and things like that. K.A. Linde is a longtime favorite of mine when it comes to like her angst and her push and pull and her back and forth. She's probably one of the only authors that I don't mind a love triangle from because of the way she writes them. And in this story, you have that back and forth pull, that angst, that like overall, should they be together? Shouldn't they be together? Or should they not be together? I think I said that wrong. Should they be together? Should they not be together? Type thing going on. And I was here for this story. You start off with them not being together. Then you get the second book where they are coming to terms with being together and the things that they're going to have to face. And then you have the third book in which he's now running for the presidency, and they're dealing with the things that they have to deal with. And I loved it. I ate it up. I was here for it, and loved the family and things like that. So I love the spinoffs as well. Then the next book I'm going to tell you guys to go check out should be no surprise, but it is All the King's Men series by Kennedy Ryan. The first 2 books is an epic love story that like bridges over like a 20-year time period, and you have this indigenous rep, and you have like this scandal feel. So if you loved the television show Scandal, you're gonna love this series. This is the series you're gonna want to go see. You have an environmentalist that pretty much has like a silver spoon in his, grew up with a silver spoon. His father is all about oil, big oil. He is not. He's more an environmentalist and how he can give back to the world. There is a bit of an age gap. They don't do anything until they are well over the age of consent, and they reappear in each other's lives, and just have this back and forth push and pull of, I'm going to be a lady boss and I want to save the world, and just back and forth. Though that's the first 2 books. Then you have Queen Move, which is part of the series because it is a spinoff for the best friend of our main female character from The Kingmaker. And what is the second book? I don't know. It's here. It's here. You guys can see it. But she returns home while dealing with some personal issues and runs back into her childhood friend, best friend and lover and, you know, boyfriend. And they have to like figure out what they're going to do next, because some family secrets come out and some feelings are revealed. And I loved this entire series. I thought the duet was epic and the standalone was amazing, and I loved this series. And all of them, all of the books that I just told you guys about, deal with politics, and in a way that doesn't give you like this icky feeling of being uber conservative or uber liberal or inputting any like real major views in it. And I was just like, yes, yes, you're able to escape into the romance of the couples that are involved in the stories. And I was just like, yes, I was here for it. These are books that I would recommend all day long when it comes to politics. So there you go. There's some recommendations for you. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you answer those 2 questions of a skeleton if you want. You don't have to, because I know it's not anonymous. It's not anonymous, so no need to answer that one. But if you want to answer this is actually happening question, feel free down in that comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Give it a thumbs up. There's a feedback form down in the description box. There is my Patreon, my PayPal, and all my other social links down in the description box as well. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in tomorrow's video.